Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining us for our live event today, the reveal of the 53 new PanPastel colors. I'm Katie, the Community Specialist here at Golden.
And I'm Ulysses Jackson, the Director of Research and Development here at Golden.
We have a very exciting lineup of things to chat with you about today. So we'll give a quick run through of our agenda and then we'll get started. We of course are excited to introduce the 53 new PanPastel colors. You can see those here and we'll go through them a little bit more in depth later in our event today. We will also be talking to you about some updates and new PanPastel sets, some updates to the soft tool applicator sponges, as well as a special offer for those of you that hang around till the end of our event. You won't want to miss it.
Super exciting, yeah. So we saw the colors quickly, but do you want to talk a little bit more about them?
Absolutely. So when Golden acquired PanPastel, we asked artists what they wanted to see now that the brand was part of the Golden family. And the biggest thing that we heard from everyone was more colors. So like we said, we are so excited to introduce 53 new colors. You can check those out here again on the screen. That is all of them. And Ulysses, can you tell us a little bit about what the development of the new colors was like?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we acquired PanPastel from Ladd and Burney, the founders, we went down to their facility in Pennsylvania, got to spend time in their lab. They were giving us the technology, teaching me about their formulation, their QC processes, and it was just great to spend the time with them. And on the wall, they had a poster that Golden put out many years ago. The printing was really complex, so we don't have any more available, but it's really cool to see it. It's called our Tint and Glaze poster, and here's a digital representation of it. So what we did back then is we took all of our colors, we mixed them with white and medium, and then made this poster. And Ladd and Burney had sticky notes pointing to different tints of colors that they thought would be important for the line and artists had asked for. So it was a really fantastic starting point for us to use that years of insights to then bring it into the Golden's lab where we have more resources than their two-person shop to actually develop these for the artist.
Absolutely. That's super exciting, you know, that initial connection to even before PanPastel was part of the Golden family, so that's great. What about the light fastness when testing these new PanPastel colors?
Sure. So when we're developing new colors, there's a few different challenges. One would be, you know, making sure that we specify the light fastness to artists. So we run everything through one of our UV chambers to test for the light fastness, and we publish that on the bottom of the PanPastel as well as the website. So basically put samples into a UV chamber simulating 100 years of museum exposure, and then we will share that with the artists so they're fully aware of the light fastness value. Certainly if you have any questions on that, our MAS, our materials application specialists, are always available to ask questions, help@goldenpaints.com, and they'd be happy to help. When we're developing colors, sometimes also we have to take into account the challenges of the formulation. So each pigment has a different personality. They have different shapes, referred to as morphology, particle size, and we want to balance their personality with the sensation of the line. So we want that nice pickup with the soft tool and that heavy deposit, that nice rich creamy deposit, the payoff of the pastel. So when we were developing these new colors, a gentleman who works in the lab with me, Taylor Soroka, one of my formulators, was developing these, and we did over 900 variations of the colors. And then we also had a lot of meetings where we talked about selection of the exact hue or tint for the artist to figure out what gives the most utility to the artist. So we're really thrilled with what we ended up, how we ended up, and excited to add it to the line.
Absolutely, that's fantastic. And also just another note while you're watching today, if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. We do have a few members of our materials team in there ready to answer any questions that you might have, so feel free. And there is also a resource page linked in the chat with a lot of the information that we'll be telling you about today and where you can find more information. So don't be shy, check that out for sure during our event today. Alrighty.
All right, so that was a little bit about the development. Do you want to talk about some of the rationale behind the colors?
Absolutely.
Range?
So artists will notice with the introduction of the new colors a little bit of a change to the numbering system in the color range. There are some additions that you'll see here you'll see that there are 2 new tint levels added, a medium and a light, a 0.6 and 0.7. We didn't have those before. And what we did was we really looked at the full color range and chose options that provided the broadest range without anything too similar or overlapping. And we didn't really worry too much about sticking rigidly to that. So you'll see that some colors do have all 6 variations, whereas a color like primary yellow is a standalone color. And permanent red here does have all 6, including the new light and medium.
Super cool.
And with that, we also have a little build here that we can show you kind of the addition of the new color families, the new colors, and where they fit in. So these are the 10 new color families. These are the 23 light and medium colors that we've added, as well as 20 tints, shades, and extra darks. And that gives you the full 53 new colors.
That's amazing. That's basically almost doubling the offering to the
Yeah,
artists.
it really is incredible. We're excited to have those out there for artists, and we hope everyone enjoys them and tries them out.
Yeah.
What about discontinued colors, Ulysses?
Yeah, so adding so many new colors, we did need to make a little bit of space. And so we discontinued 3 colors that we were hearing from artists that they weren't using a lot. So the diarylide yellow, extra dark, phthalo green, extra dark, and chromium oxide green, extra dark, were discontinued. However, we worked with Ellen from the Materials Application Specialist to do some blends to show artists how they could also make this for themselves. Because remember, this is a dry paint, so you're still blending much like a standard paint. You can use one of the soft tools to pick up some of the diarylide yellow, some of the black, and make that extra dark very accurately. So certainly, you know, you can't buy the discontinued color, but it's still very much an easy space to get to in your work if you found those were important to your palette.
That's great and super helpful to have. We have heard from a few artists that were sad to see those go, so don't fret. You can definitely still mix those colors on your own, and they won't have to leave your palette.
Yeah, and so with these new colors, what are you hearing from artists so far?
We have had so much excitement. I guess a few of the top new colors that we've heard about would be the vermilion, the teal, and the primary yellow. And we actually have those here. We can go ahead and swatch them out for anyone that maybe hasn't seen them yet or hasn't gotten a chance to try them. So we've got one of our tools here. We'll start with the primary yellow. Got that.
Looks great.
We'll show it to you over here as well on the micaceous iron oxide. Really nice pop on the darker surface as well.
It still has really good coverage even over that dark surface.
Absolutely. And then we'll go in with the teal. Same thing here. Really nice, vibrant colors. And the vermilion is actually one of my favorites of the new colors as well. You can really get such a bold color with that on both the light and the dark surface.
Beautiful.
Artists may have noticed while we're swatching these out that the sponges look a little bit different than what they're used to. We've got these gray sponges here. Can you talk about that change a little bit, Ulysses?
Absolutely. So, you know, we realized that for an artist, because this is a blending material, being over a neutral background is much more accurate to color representation than over the tan previous sponge color. So we worked with our supplier to change just the color. It's still the exact same base material. We checked the pore size. It still is designed to pick up the PanPastel really well. You know, it's a specific pore size that gives you that really great pickup and the nice payoff on your substrate. So I think that the artists, or we think that the artists will really like working with that more neutral gray sponge.
Absolutely, for sure. And so a common question that we get about the soft tools is, are they reusable and how do you clean them?
Oh, sure, that's a great question. So maybe we can go back over to the overhead. Generally, it's all you need to do is just take a paper towel, and let me get more centered here. Can I move your beautiful swatches? Yeah, this is great. Okay, so if you take a soft tool and you just wipe it off on a paper towel, you can see how quick you can get all of that material off. And then that would pick up something different. Let's get the vermilion. and you can see there's really no contamination. So for most applications, just simply wiping on the paper towel will do just fine. Now, some artists want to get more material out. If you're that type of artist, you can certainly take it to the sink and just use a little mild soap and water and get a much cleaner tool. And certainly keep reusing them until you wear them out. They're designed to be used on all the different substrates. And
Great.
so certainly if you're on a more abrasive substrate, they'll wear out faster.
Gotcha. Great. Thanks so much for sharing that. Next up.
Oh yeah, so the new sets. It's a little outside of my area.
For sure.
Can you share about
Absolutely.
the new sets?
So with the introduction of so many new incredible colors, we use the opportunity to update some of the existing sets, as well as update some of the existing sets and add some new ones that we felt would be good additions. So you can see here what the old sets looked like, and then some of the new sets here. The packaging is a little bit different. We did switch the hanging sets to a recyclable paperboard box rather than the plastic that they previously came in. And for the new sets, we'll go through a few of those with you. You can find all of the sets on our website if you're looking for something specific, but we do have a few of the new ones that we'll show you here. We've got the 25 color light and medium set. That is all the new light and mediums, that addition there. So you'll find all of those. We also have 2 new 5 color stack sets, a bright warm and bright cool to include some of those new colors as well.
Oh, wow.
We've also updated the signature artist sets to include some new colors as well as the graphics on the packaging. So be sure to check those out. And probably the set we've gotten asked about the most would be our 53 new colors set.
Oh wow, this is my first time actually seeing it. So
yeah,
this is exciting.
Very exciting.
Can I pop the lid?
Please do.
All right, cool.
This includes all 53 of the new PanPastel colors. So for anyone that's looking to get the full collection, maybe you have all the existing colors and want to add the new ones, this is the set for you.
Wow, look at all those.
Yeah, very exciting.
That's great. Wow.
Totally.
Super beautiful.
So, as we mentioned earlier, we do have an exciting special offer on the 53 new colors set. We will be selling that direct to artists for 20% off now through Thursday, June 26th at the end of the day. You can find the link to purchase that on the resource page in the chat. Do be sure to check with your local retailers. We have been seeing this coming in stock at many of our PanPastel retailers. You might be able to find a cheaper price there as well. They do all run their own deals and promotions, so definitely check them out. But if you can't find it locally and you're looking to get your hands on it right away, you can find the link to purchase that now through Thursday in the chat.
Very cool. That's super exciting. Well, I know we've covered a lot of material, so maybe we should review a little bit.
Absolutely. So we've gone through, of course, the 53 new colors. We chatted a little bit about the updates to the gray soft tools. Those will also be on a rolling change, so you might still see the original color in stores for a little bit, and then as we kind of run out, we'll be moving to the new gray stock of those. We also went through the new and updated sets, so check out the website for those and you'll start seeing those in stores as well. And of course, the special offer for the 53 new colors set direct from our website now through Thursday.
That's super amazing. And a reminder, we also have that resource page associated with the live event. And also, if you have any questions, help@goldenpaints.com, always available to answer your PanPastel or any other art material questions you may have. Certainly email us or give us a call. They would love to assist you. And it's always a pleasure to talk about these new offerings.
Absolutely.
So, super thrilled.
Thanks so much to everyone for joining us today. And we hope